Satellite images of the aftermath of Ukrainian overnight air raid on Russia's military facilities in Rostov region has been shared in social media. The images show the struck A-60 and A-100 aircraft as well as S-400 missile system in Taganrog city in the region. Ukrainian troops' overnight attack destroyed 2 aircraft at the aircraft repair plant TNTK named after GM Bereev on the night leading to November 25. A unique Russian A-61A2 aircraft armed with a laser designed to destroy aircraft and satellites was destroyed during the strike. Another aircraft targeted by Ukrainian troops is A-100 long-range airborne early warning and control aircraft. The plant also sustained significant damage, including in its final assembly workshop during the Ukrainian air raids. In addition to the aircraft and the workshop, a position of a Russian S-400 anti-aircraft missile system was also targeted. However, it is difficult to identify the consequences of the attack from the satellite imagery. Rostov region's governor Yuri Slyuser acknowledged the strike on Taganrog city last night but made no reference to the aircraft plant being targeted. According to him, the attacks in the area damaged residential buildings, a warehouse, and an external gas pipeline. He added that 3 people were killed and 8 others were injured. Meanwhile, in Novorossiysk, Krasnodar region, Russian authorities and media reported another large-scale drone attack. The regional governor Veniamin Kondratyev stated that the region had faced one of the longest and most intense attacks since the start of the full-scale war. He reported that more than 20 houses were damaged during the overnight assault. Ukrainian troops have stepped up missile and drone strikes on Russia's strategic military and energy facilities in Ukraine's captured territories, as well as deep in Russia.
As reported, Ukrainian military attacked the Shatura State District power plant. According to Moscow region governor Andrei Vorobyov, some of the enemy drones were destroyed by air defense forces, but several crashed within the power plant. The attack caused a fire. Power supply to Shatura was not affected, as it was quickly switched to backup lines. Russian military analyst and retired captain first rank Vasily Dandikin commented on this matter. He suggested that the Ukrainians may have launched this attack to disrupt the recently intensified peace negotiations following the emergence of a plan prepared by the American side. The expert also added that Volodymyr Zelensky may be attempting to influence the position of the United States. Of course, the Ukrainian armed forces will try to intensify attacks on Russian territory and disrupt the negotiations and Trump's plan. Recently, there was turbulence with the main focus on Crimea and the Bryansk region. These are their 2 permanent areas which are under attack almost daily. They will try to break through to the Moscow region and Moscow. This will continue. Zelensky and the West need to maintain their reputations. Perhaps they consider this some kind of bonus before clarifying their positions on Trump's plan. He also drew special attention to the fact that Russia's border areas remain at risk, and Ukrainian military forces will likely continue attacks using unmanned aerial vehicles and may also undertake new attempts at sabotage. Our border area will remain at risk. The Ukrainian armed forces no longer have the strength to do everything, so they're trying to attack selectively. Crimea. Moscow constantly. They'll try to attack with drones. They might even launch saboteurs, those who've hidden somewhere, or those recruited scoundrels who haven't been caught yet. How things will unfold will become clearer sometime next week. The captain of the first rank summed up. Just this month, the Ukrainian army has claimed at least 10 attacks on Russian oil facilities, with Russian officials acknowledging half of them. The strikes temporarily knocked out as much as 1/6 of Russia's refining capacity, analysts say, while gasoline prices spiked. Russian forces, for their part, have stepped up attacks on key Ukrainian gas and oil facilities, stoking fears of shortages this winter. In all, this has become one of the most intense periods of energy strikes in the war. After a period of relative calm this spring, the energy war is back, said Andriy Zupanin, chairman of the Ukrainian Parliament's Subcommittee on Natural Gas Policy. Both sides have long targeted energy facilities to inflict damage away from a front line that is even deadlocked. But such strikes have failed to undermine their enemies' war efforts. That leaves them hoping to create political and economic trouble for each other. Russia has repeatedly hit Ukraine's power grid to sap civilian morale. Ukraine, using a drone fleet that has grown immensely in number and sophistication, has struck Russia's oil refineries in a bid to create shortages and curb one of the Kremlin's main revenue sources. Russian economist Oleg Sukharev made a frank admission live on the propaganda radio station Komsomolskaya Pravda. He warned Russians that the country's economy is half a step away from recession. The economic situation is dire, and for some reason, they're hiding it, apparently to avoid stirring up the population and leading to apathy. Political and psychological motives are present, Sukharev explained. He cited specific figures from official reports. Individual industries lost 10 to 20% of their output over the course of the year. Metallurgy, agricultural engineering, and general engineering are particularly hard hit. We even have a minus in September 2025 compared to September 2024, and a significant minus 10 to 15, and in some industries even minus 20%, the expert emphasized. He warned that the situation would worsen in 2026. There will be a complete recession in 2026. The budget can't cope anymore. Sukharev warned it was the war of attrition which the Kremlin began almost 4 years ago and stubbornly refuses to end that led to the current crisis. Money is being spent on ammunition and trenches. Sanctions are stifling exports, and qualified personnel have either left or been mobilized. Discussing the real causes of the crisis in Russia is impossible, as doing so would risk criminal prosecution. Experts say that at present, even President Vladimir Putin is in a panic. He is preparing his government against popular uprisings. Something that recently seemed impossible is happening in the Russian media. Even Kremlin propagandist Vladimir Solovyov is making statements about the country's economic situation worsening. He acknowledged that serious problems are brewing in the Russian economy, and these problems are becoming noticeable not only in the civilian sector, but also in the military industry. Solovyov unexpectedly questioned the Russian authorities' statement about the absence of an increase in unemployment in the Russian Federation. Unemployment isn't rising if you don't know what's going on, because if you see large corporations switching from 5-day shifts to 4-day shifts, isn't that hidden unemployment? He asked. An invited expert confirmed that all is not well with the Russian economy. Ural Vagonzavod is considering layoffs. Excuse me, but isn't that a defense industry enterprise? Perhaps there's some sort of optimization going on there. But if you're laying off such a large number of people in such a sector, that's at least cause for concern, the expert said. The fact that cuts are affecting defense plants during a full-scale aggression is particularly telling. This speaks to the deep imbalances of the Russian economy. Resources are depleted, and industries considered strategic are unable to withstand the strain. Even amid record war spending, industry cannot maintain stable levels of production and employment. Such admissions on Solovyov's airwaves demonstrate that hiding the reality is becoming impossible. The economy of a country waging an aggressive war is facing the depletion of its military resources, while personnel and production problems are beginning to surface in the most unexpected places.